Yeah, it's your man natbizzy. It's the guard hour. You know what I mean? Over here finishing up, rewatching the verses, man. It was one for the ages. Big shout out to both Big Daddy Kane. Big shout out to the Blast Master KRS-One. Big shout out to everybody on the check-in. Gov Talk, what's the deal? Joy, what's goody? The microphone prince just walked in the building. You heard? We gonna get right to the proceedings this evening, man. It's been a minute. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to go ahead and get my men on board here. It's been a minute, no. I'm almost forgot how this go. Mia Santiago, how you doing, beloved? She hit me with the sup, man. Come on, man. Get off that Brooklyn. Get off all that Brooklyn. What's up? You can at least say peace. You can at least say how you doing. You know? It's gonna be a long night. Yeah.
Yeah.
The microphone prince.
Going on.
Allow him to reintroduce himself. Nobody believed in us, so we boost ourselves.
What up?
Pigs came with the deal, man.
Chilling. Just trying to put these last couple of L's before we start.
Man, he blessed him.
Yep.
Hey, man, let's get right to the proceedings this evening, man. We had an eventful week leading up to the verses. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't understand and don't know what it is, man, we gonna Dr. Bombay on the check-in, man. That's the good brother. We might have to bring you in, Dr. Bombay. Send a request if you want to join this cipher, man. We're gonna be building about this verses that just went down. But leading up to the verses, me and the good brother Microphone Prince was down in what they call Devon C, District of Columbia, Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. They had the hip hop Hall of Fame going down. There was some inductees, man. Big shout out to Pete Rock. Big shout out to Cool Mo D. Big shout out to Nice and Smooth. Big shout out to the guard Rock Kim and Kid Capri. You know what I'm saying? It was a lovely event.
Grandmaster Kaz was the host.
Grandmaster Kaz was definitely the host. I saw Chi Ali in the building. I saw Drazy from Daz Effects in the building. It was a lot of notables in the building, man. It was a dope experience. It was a dope time, man. I got to shake hands with the kids, the guys that was on my wall and my posters. You feel me? So you know that was definitely worth the while, man. But follow it up a week later, they did a versus. Something we've been waiting to see for decades, man. The Blastmaster KRS-One versus King Asiatic, Nobody's Equal. Oh my God. All right, so Gov Talk talking about he want to see G-Rap and Rakim. I don't know. That's aggressive. That's an aggressive. You know what I'm saying?
Different animals, you know what I
mean? Yeah. That caught me off guard right there because the one let's cut to the chase. The one everybody wanted to see was Rakim and King. Yeah. Guard on guard.
Right.
Pause. You know what I'm saying? People wanted to see the guards go at it. You know what I mean? But there was always the third guard for me in my lineup. It was always KRS-One, man. My hip hop pops are Kane and Rakim, but my uncle, who I like to be with all the time, is who showing me the game and gave me that knowledge of self was KRS-One, man. You feel me? So that was.
I'm from the Bronx. Like we got ties. Like KRS always been one of my favorite performers. Like we did a show with him in Rhode Island. I opened up for him. Yeah,
legend. Y'all getting history now, y'all. Check it out. Go ahead, P.
Yeah. Like so we did our thing or whatever. But when he came on, it was like a different level of like gong, you know what I mean? And his energy was crazy. But I gotta say, man, in that battle, he wasn't really rhyming like that. I'm watching it like right now. It's up on the screen.
Yeah.
It was like, he would say something, a little something, and Kid Capri say half of it. And Kane said every single word of his joint.
So it sound like you saying Kane wasn't really in shape. Like, I mean, not Kane, but Chris wasn't really in shape like Kane was, prepared to really go full throttle with the performance side of it.
Yeah, because I can't imagine Chris not going as hard as he always goes. So for him to kind of like, you know, we was doing a show the other day. I'm like, yo, make sure you get me because I'll be running out of breath. You know, so you know, I get it. And
No doubt, no doubt.
That kind of energy,
especially at this age.
Right, and he's our age. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
But
y'all age.
How old is Kane? That motherfucker said every word. When fucking Raw comes on, this motherfucker's jumping 3 feet in the air.
Yeah, Kane looked like he been working out with Dougie Fresh, man.
Yeah.
Yo, they in the same gym, man.
And Greg Nice. Did you see him? Greg be moving.
Yeah, Greg was out there. Big shout out to Greg Nice, man. That was dope meeting Greg Nice. I told everybody, man, my first real hip-hop concert was a Nice and Smooth concert. So it was dope to be at the Hall of Fame induction for Nice and Smooth and get to meet Greg Nice on a personal, because that's your man who you came up with. Yeah. So that was real dope, man. Big shout out to Smooth B and all of that, man. That was dope. But yeah, they was ready. They was hyped, man. They was hyped. But, but to the lineup itself, though, man, I think Chris warmed up as it proceeded, though. He really caught fire towards the end of the battle, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
the records was there. I was counting them, right? I got 13 records for Chris and 10 for Kane.
Ooh.
So if it's just
record for record, Kane.
Record, in my opinion, Chris won. But it's not. You know what I mean? Like D-Block kind of switched it to, wait a minute, we can score some points in other areas.
No doubt.
Performance-wise, Kane got him. You know what I mean?
Kane got him on performance, yeah. But as you were saying about the records, you know what you were saying about the records, I lived out of town a lot. So I'm going to tell you, I'm a diehard Big Daddy Kane fan. He can't do no wrong. Even his wackest song is one of my favorite songs. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's just what kind of Kane fan I am, like Rakim. With KRS-One, what I would say is, living out of town, when those records drop, Black Cop, you know, Sound of the Police, you know, those was big records out of town, and that came at a time when I think Kane was waning a little bit. You know, when Kane put out Prince of Darkness, it started to wane a little bit, but KRS-One was catching fire, like Love's Gonna Get You. I don't even think he did Love's Gonna Get You, did he? He kind of just threw it on, and that's how strong some of his records were. His catalog is crazy.
Like he threw on Self-Destruction for like 5 seconds, and took it off. And to me, that counts. Because Self-Destruction, you know, went across the hip hop industry like a wave. You know what I mean? Like there was records that was hot, and then there was joints that you know kind of took over everything. And
no doubt.
Some joints. So I would say, you know, if each record was a point, then it's 13-10, Chris. But now, what is the performance worth? It's got to be worth.
Performance got to be worth half of the joint, though.
Right? Like, you know, if we say it's worth 2 points, it should be worth more. So if that's the case, then he had him on performance, he had him on style. I think he had him on class too. Like Chris was being disrespectful for no reason. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's his man.
He took the D-Block route, yo.
Right, but it wasn't. It was, but Cameron and him was you know kind of disrespectful too. So it was like a I just expected something different from Chris. You know what I mean?
You know, Kane gonna always be a class act. Kane was throwing his little jabs, you know, here and there.
Yeah, he had to. I mean, you know, but it wasn't nothing disrespectful. Even when Shantae came out, she said the verse that Kane wrote to battle KRS. Remember KRS One sound like a whack radio station and all that?
Yeah, I thought she was gonna go in because I thought KRS One was a little disrespectful, him and Red Alert, to actually say Roxanne Shantae is only good for steady. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. You
saying it back to that one thing, but then standing up there and say, you know, like you switched it up a little bit. You know, you can say something else. You know what I mean? Whatever. You know what I mean? It's all good, but Kane didn't even retaliate. Not even Roxanne retaliated. You know what I mean? It's like they just showed class, and it's like somebody was like, "Oh, it's a battle," but yeah, but we grown men. They grown men.
It's geriatric.
Like, and all that. You know what I mean? It's like you know they got their records. None of them really did a whole lot of cursing. So to me, it was no need for the disrespect. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. I mean, you know, I think we need more of this though, man. For real, man. I think it needs to be more mono type situations where you said Scratch was ready. Yeah, Scratch.
Oh,
look, we shout out to DJ Scratch.
Yo, we can't even factor in the DJs. We can't even factor in the DJ because Scratch was doing shit with his face.
Yeah, but see,
it was crazy.
I saw that early when Scratch shouted out Kid Capri when Kid Capri first came up there. He said, "What up, boy?" I said, "Oh, he about to get he fattening him up, you know." And Kid never bought into it because I think Kid is, come on. I seen Kid get busy. I seen Scratch get busy. Kid, he heats that party up at the beginning. He heated he just. You know, it was just a big difference you saw when Scratch was playing his records. Then Kids start playing his records, talking his shit. It's just a different energy. But when it comes to that technical stuff, you know, Kid Capri knew what time it was. I think KRS-One knew what time it was. That's why he said, we ain't even fucking with you like that. You ain't going to bait us into that. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to our DJ, man. The original Cut Master Ecstasy. They don't want it with our DJ. I'm gonna just keep it 1,000.
Yo, and actually, they battled already.
Said Kid ain't that type of DJ. He would have got smoked. I agree. You know, and I think not for nothing because I love Kid Capri, man. Big shout out to Kid Capri. That's my fellow Aquarians. Yeah. Big shout out to his sister Kim Love. That's my peoples. But you shouldn't have rhymed. I wouldn't have rhymed in a versus between KRS-One and Big Daddy Kane.
But just to give you some history, you know, he's an MC, right?
I know, and I love Kid. I love Kid Capri with all my heart, man. That's like
that wasn't the place.
That wasn't the place for it. I'll say that much. Because Kid Capri is dope, and he was rhyming. The rhyme was dope. MC to MC.
I mean, if you're a DJ, you know, it's like, you know, make a fucking Mayweather stepping into the ring, and then, you know, you want to fucking you want to wrestle. You know what I mean? Like, do what you do.
But not for nothing. Like, I've seen Rakim get on the turntables every so often, and he's got basic DJ skills. But if it was indeed the match for me is DJ Scratch versus Jazzy Jeff, if you want to get down on some turntablism.
Yeah.
All right.
What about the other kid from Philly?
Tap Money.
Nah, I used to run with Jeff like around that same time. It was crazy with the fucking Transformer shit and all that. Fuck.
I know you talking about DJ Wiz. Huh?
Cash Money.
Task Money. That's why I said
Cash.
I thought it was Tap Money.
Nah, CASH Money.
Oh, DJ Cash Money. Cash Money and Marvelous. That was the group.
Yeah.
But Philly got crazy DJs though, man. Big shout out to Philly.
Ooh, yeah.
They DJs is woo. Yeah. So if Scratch want to fight, I think that's a better fight. Either get Cash Money, get even my man what's from the Executioners. This the one that's still, you know, big rest in peace to Rock Raider, but it was the other kid from the Executioners.
Oh yeah.
The Executioners. You remember DJ Rock Raider, right? He was the DJ for Bend and Stretch. Who did the Soul Clap? Andre the Giant, AG, Showbiz and AG. Remember Rock Raider? He passed away. Yeah. Tad is dope too. Yeah, I had the two DJs mixed up, but that's who I feel like DJ Scratch should probably do a battle with. Kid Capri would have to probably go up against, I mean, somebody hit me on the, what's your name? Hold on. This might be Kid Capri right here. Hold on. Hello? Oh, this one of the brothers calling from the Justice, man. This, yo, you can't refuse a jail call. Hold on.
no matter what.
What he said, 8?
You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged.
Oh, he hung up. He hung up. That's the guard, though. The guard. We got a project coming up. TNP. I got the guard. He want to tell his story, man. He behind the wall. Big shout to him, man. And we definitely represent for the brothers behind the wall, especially if you there and it ain't the right reason, man. But back to the verses, man. My poor self, man. But back to the verses, man. If it's gonna be a DJ battle, who would you put Kid Capri up against?
I don't know. He's like a party DJ. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. So it's got to be somebody that could get on that mic like he get on that mic. It would have to be Funkmaster Flex, if you ask me.
Right.
And not for nothing, Flex can't hold Kid's coat on that one, man. I'm sorry. I love you, Flex. I've been listening to Hot 97 for a long time. You can't mess with Kid Capri when it comes to that party, man. Yeah. Unless you're going to put DJ SNS in there.
Listen, I don't mean to interject my shit into everything, but I would be remiss if I didn't say that back when Kid Capri was an MC, he was down with a group called the Throwdown 3.
The Throwdown 3. You told me about this.
My group was the Throwdown 4. Paradise from X-Clan was our DJ, and it was 4 of us. So boom. So we battled for names. I'm supposed to fly it later and shit. So
we need that.
We battled, like, whoever loses can't use the fucking name no more. Battle on Kingsbridge and Jerome in the Bronx and shit. And we won. I'll just leave it at that. Kaz was like the MC and shit. So he remembered. Wow. So, kid used to rhyme and we battled and he don't rhyme no more. But he rhymed today night.
Hold up.
You know he had an album out, right?
Huh?
Kid Capri had an album. You know that, right?
Yeah, I bought it. I'm not even telling a lie. Yeah, I was in the military, bro. Where I was stationed at, it wasn't no hip hop. I was way out in Washington State. Anything that came out that was in the store on the base, if it was hip hop related, I bought it. I bought the Foosh niggas. Never know what that was. I bought anything. I bought what's a Black Sheep? I bought they joints. I ain't know who they was, but if it looked dope, I bought on the cover. I bought Kid Capri joint because I know him as a DJ, and when I bought it and he was rhyming, I was mad, yo. I was like, yo, why you not cutting and scratching?
Good.
It threw me off. I bought Lord Finesse joint like that too. Big shout to Lord Finesse, man. But yeah, I know Kid had the album out and he be rhyming, but I think he's a better DJ. Yeah. I mean, but he's a formidable rapper. Like it ain't like not for nothing. Yeah.
He rhyme like nigga nice and shit. So,
but that's what I was gonna say. Like Rakim could be a formidable DJ. There's a lot of us MCs that get busy on the ones and twos a little bit. Yeah. But we ain't gonna get in no battle with Jazzy Jeff versus DJ Scratch. You don't want to hear Rakim. You don't want to hear it. You want to see them dudes get busy.
All right, so look, let's go back to the battle real quick, right? So
Slap Key, Slap Key. That's Kid Capri new joint that's out right now.
Yeah, it sounds good too.
Big shout
out. So now if you want to include the DJs in it, if it's a whole package of the battle, that's a point for Kane because his DJ, kind of outdid, Kid at the moment. Performance was another point. I don't know. It's hard for me to say that Chris won when he didn't perform his rap. You know what I mean? He said a couple of words here and there, let the crowd, that was dope. The crowd saying, so that proves that the crowd,
is with you.
Like perform. If it's a verse. It's a verse. Like say the verse. Let me hear the. You know what I mean? So,
but for me, it's kind of crazy how I seen this versus thing evolve. How it started with just Timbaland versus Swizz and them just playing beats back and forth. And then it was just other producers playing which songs they produce versus what other producers' songs produce. Who took it to the next level, you think? I think when Snoop and DMX did it, it went to the next level a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Where they started actually rhyming their music.
They started switching it. He said, hold on, my man Ivan said, was there criteria the public didn't know about?
From what Scratch
come on,
on his page.
Send a request and come on, explain that. What you mean?
You want to come on, God? Come in the room, God.
I think everybody had their own individual criteria. Like, not everybody gives a fuck that Kane was respectful. I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People don't care. Or people are like, oh, well, it was a battle. Well, Chris was supposed to be disrespectful. I don't agree. You know what I'm saying? So I think everybody had their own little criteria on what they value. Just like when you make a top 10 of MCs, sometimes for me when I was making my list, I was like, live performance has to have a bearing on your list, on where you fall on the list. Pun lost points. Much as I love Pun, he lost points because he really wasn't able to say his rhyme like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you see a show with Pun, you're like, the one part he would say was dead in the middle of Little Italy. But other joints, he'd be like, da, 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 and then his crew would say the rest. And then, da, 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 and then his crew would say the rest. You know what I'm saying? I get that, you know what I'm saying? But But regardless, that's going to take you down a little bit, because if you can't deliver the joint on stage the way it sounds on the record, then it's a little point taken away. And Kane's shit sound pretty much, you know, like the way it did. He gave you the same energy on the record as he does on stage. That's hard to do. You know,
and I think with that being the case, that's just like a singer. If you don't sound like that record or better, then, you know, we're gonna judge you a little differently, man. And yeah, right. I was a little, but you know what? I have to always keep it in perspective that we're not as young as we used to be. You know what I'm saying? And Kane just looked like that's not one of those things. Where,
used to be. All thing he didn't do was jump over his leg.
Yeah.
Remember the jump over the leg shit?
Yeah, son. They broke my shit a couple of times trying to do that.
You see when he retired that shit? The niggas was doing it. They was doing the whole shit. When he came to that part, he was like, man, I ain't doing that shit. Right off stage. I was like, all right, he retired the leg.
Crazy. But that's one of them situations where you say it wasn't that Chris was bad. It's just that Kane was really that good, that he kept himself in shape. That, you know, because I seen Kane a couple of years ago at Albee Square Mall in Brooklyn at an outdoor festival, and I'm telling you, man, he had a live band with him, and that's why I say he's my hip hop pops as far as performance. Rakim is my hip hop pops as far as the writing and technical writing, but just watching a brother perform, I know everybody give it up for Busta, but when you give it up for Busta, you got to give it up for Spliff Star. You know what I'm saying?
Busta is one of them elite motherfuckers that can do the shit the same way on the stage. That's crazy, kid. Like
he get a lot of help from Spliff. Spliff Star gives him that, you know, they got a good chemistry.
But if Spliff wasn't there, he'd just be like it was. He would sound just the fuck like he sounds on the record. Like he got that same. My old partner Tito was like that. Like he ain't even know.
Let's not gloss over that. We talking about Tito from the Fearless Four. We talking his old partner Tito. We talking about legendary Tito.
He had the rapid fire, you know, it's a radical. What they gotta do, splatter you, matter for you, bullets to shatter you, horizontal and lateral, murder you, fucking nurses that need to nurture you, straight put the hearse to you, kill the bitch that gave birth to you, purchase a hearse. That's his joint. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's very few people. Look at Greg Nice. You see the way he jumps up on the stage and runs like a fucking madman, right? But his verses is Dizzy Gillespie plays the saxophone. It's still hard to do that, but now. Take a fucking Kane verse, fucking jumping up and down, doing it exactly the way. That takes a lot.
It does.
Look at that. You look at KRS, you could tell that KRS, he was working it because he had the crowd doing it. And Kid Capri, you could tell he told Kid Capri, like I told you, go heavy on the background, bro. Help me out on the fucking, because you hear. Play it back, get a chance. You hear Kid Capri doing every background ball, and sometimes Chris is breathing. And you know what I'm saying? Kane ain't have a fucking hype man. Yeah,
Kane was training for this his whole life, yo. He's like, I know it's gonna come a time when these brothers gonna get old, and I'm gonna still be young. You know?
Yeah, like I don't know, like if we go on this tour
and everything,
if me and you go on this tour, I'm gonna be saying my verses on a treadmill, just to get my wind up, because we got to do something. That's a big stage. We're running a big ass stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I might be on my Rakim. I might just find my little spot in the front and just my mind remains a fire and all kind of ideas. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it was dope to see that though, man. It was dope that the camaraderie still, even at the end of the thing, that it ain't no riff. This is strictly about skill. It ain't about who you are as a person. It ain't about your clique. It ain't about your section, where you from, your side of town. This is you nice or is you nice?
That's what I'm saying. And then when you get on that stage, that's where it kind of separates everything.
Yeah.
Because now it's just you and the mic. And I don't think KRS, you know, I don't think, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
but there's some people that would say
verses, huh?
I've heard some people criticize KRS-One for saying he has like nursery rhyme style anyway. Like he doesn't necessarily have a complex style like how Kane or Rob will switch it up. This is what I've heard somebody say. I don't necessarily agree.
It's true, but some people just got that. Like I would say, like you take a pun and you take a KRS-One, and Biggie was probably somewhere in the middle because he had more. It was more complex with the flows and shit, but not to the rapid fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but I wouldn't say nursery. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
On,
I mean, you know, what I liked about KRS-One really was the knowledge, though. You know, when he was able to really get me to digest things that I probably wouldn't have read about in school or wouldn't have been interested in, he was able, like what You Must Learn, and even when he came in with Criminal Minded, and
that was
then
one of the craziest slept on songs ever. Fucking You Must Learn, kid. I learned like that motherfucker opened my mind to the fact that there was something different than what I was being taught.
No doubt.
You know?
Yeah, that was dope, man.
As a grown man,
he said, my philosophy, even, you know what I'm saying? All of that was like the way he talked to you was a lecture style, you know what I'm saying? And me being a teenager at that time, like I tell people when they talk about the music now, I say, yo, this music is impressionable. Because if KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane, or Rakim would have told me to go out, sell drugs, carry a gun, do whatever, I was doing that at that age because I was really hanging on that every word. But they said, you must learn. Rakim said, follow the leader. Big Daddy Kane said, young, gifted, and black. So that was in my psyche. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't about trying to hurt another brother. It wasn't about trying to destroy you or nothing. That came later because the energy changed. You know what I'm saying? Right. Them labels, they changed that energy. It didn't really care about your skills. Now it's about, will you really kill this person?
Right.
You feel me? Like, it's not funny, but if you don't really kill this person, then you ain't really what you say you are. You feel me?
Yeah, for real.
It's a damn shame, man. But that was dope, man. Who you want to see in the next verses, though? Who you got in your mind, bro?
I was talking about LL Cool J, and who the fuck was it?
Who could go against LL?
Ooh.
Who you say?
I don't know.
I think LL is in such a class by itself. To be honest with you, I'd have thought it would have been LL and Big Daddy Kane. Because that's the battle with the sex symbols.
Nah, but LL got too many, kid.
He got too many, but I'm just saying, who else? Who else? Who can go with LL, man?
It got to be somebody like, I mean, but it's not even the same genre. That's what it was.
Busta and LL?
K-Joy, yes, thank you. Busta versus LL. That's the joint right there.
I don't know, man, because it's like LL has so much from before Busta was even out of school. You know what I'm saying? Where LL do radio, he do Rock the Bells.
So you feel like they should be in the same, like really the same era exactly?
Somewhat, because it's almost cheating, because this generation might not understand how hard Rock the Bells was if you put it up against put your hands where my eyes can see. You know what I'm saying? Like some of Busta.
Hold up, Gwendy, what's her name?
Gwendy Vet.
So who
Beautiful
then?
Voice. Peace and beloved. She said LL and Busta is way too many apples and oranges. Oh look, somebody
look.
terrible.
Down my ideas. Like, just give me the idea. Tell me who then. Who for
Missy
LL?
and Busta? Nah, Missy ain't ready for
crazy.
Busta.
Missy and Busta, no way.
Peace, King. What's going on with you?
What up?
What's up, Big Bros? How y'all doing, man? Big Bro, what's good? Good to see you, man.
We got another lyrical great in the room. Introduce yourself, good brother.
St. Ivan the Terrible, man. Peace. Salute to y'all too, man. Much love, man.
Yeah, likewise, brother.
Yo, big shout to my good brother, my partner in a lot of different things, my man Daryl Taylor. He made an excellent point. He said LL goes back further than Busta, and Busta goes way farther than LL. So, you know,
that still might be good because at least they got a little overlap and they got a similar amount of hits. You know, like it'll get boring if you mismatch them. You know what I mean? Like,
but I would still give that to I would still give that to Busta because LL got a lot of misses in these last few years. I hate to say it, it's my man. Yeah. I love you, LL.
Who should go against LL?
Honestly, man, I think the battle should have been with LL and KRS-One.
Because KRS-One got enough for the ladies, though.
I mean, but it's a versus, right? So with a battle, it's not necessarily about the radio hits. If we're judging off of radio hits, then absolutely KRS-One wouldn't have really been able to stand a chance with him on that level. But if we talking bar for bar work, from when Chris first called him out. That should have been an automatic.
Yeah, he did call out LL.
Yeah, that should have been an automatic acceptance. Like, you challenging me, all right, let's do it. So if you really got them, and again, love the both. They both in my top 7, including Kane. They're in my top 7. So if you really know that your stuff is really like that, when a challenge is issued, how you not gonna accept it as an MC?
Yeah. So what does that say about what does that say about the guard then? Not for nothing, because you know I love the guard, man. Rakim Allah. I mean, I love the guard, but the guard, what is the guard just don't want to smoke? Like, what is it?
I think Rakim would have been a good match with Kane.
Yeah, that's the one we wanted to see.
You're right.
Yeah. So why y'all think Rod didn't really? Why y'all think Rod not interested in even taking the challenge with anybody?
Rod, like he may not be judging it like how many songs I got, who's a good opponent. He may just be like, I ain't fucking with it. You know what I mean? I don't know him. You know what I mean? But I could see him being on some not wanting to be involved with that shit. Like, some niggas be fed up with the industry as a whole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it could be something like that. But somebody called him out?
No, nobody called out Rakim.
I think Kane was calling him out at first. Kane was like, yo, if he with it, I'm with it. And Rob was kind of like, yeah, you know.
But I always thought it was, from back in the days, I always thought it was like some type of rivalry between them two.
I mean, it was. It was a slight rivalry.
I think people wanted it to be a rivalry. And like, it really kind of wasn't, but everybody was like, that's what needs to happen. Like, they kind of, you know, they fit each other's type. She said.
So what I was asking earlier about the criteria, right? Was there anything on both sides between Chris and Kane? Was there anything that was stated like, okay, we're going to do this? Because I seen something that Scratch put up that said it was supposed to be 5 songs, then 5 battles, 5
DJ battles,
and then the DJs going at it. Was there anything like that?
I mean, a format is one thing. They probably set up a format of like a loose format of how we need to go about it. But I guess I thought when you said criteria, meaning like what shit is worth, like sportsmanship or, you know, performance, like, is that worth anything? You know, or is it just how many songs you got?
Malik's art make a perfect point too. Rakim ain't a party MC for the most. Well, I don't know. Rakim got some party joints. He had Know You Got Soul.
Eric B for President is a party rocker.
Eric B for President is a super party joint.
Off the rip. Yeah. Without even trying to be a party joint.
To be honest with you,
like it or not work.
The perfect matchup would have definitely been Rakim and Big Daddy Kane, because they could have went back and forth with the ladies' joints, Mahogany. I want to know what's on your mind. Rock got a couple of joints, you know. They both smooth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she said Rakim is boring on stage. Let's address that.
Who said that?
I forgot.
Hold on, I gotta go back and see who said that. I'm telling. Whoever said that, I'm telling. Man.
He's a great MC, but I mean, he don't really got like a show like Rod just walk out and rhyme and shit. I remember, we did a show at the Beacon Theater, and we was on first, of course. I think Rakim was on like pretty soon after us. So, he had dances. I ain't never seen Rakim with dances and shit, but it was all that shit. So we had dances and shit. So I Got Soul comes on.
Yeah.
Come out dancing and shit. 4 of them, like, I forgot what they was wearing and shit. And then Rod comes out, and then they do something wrong and shit. He's like, nah, hold up, take the music down. He stops all the music. Y'all fucking up on them steps. Go back, start again. Yo, at the show. The bitches walked off. Niggas said, Rakim. The bitches came out doing it a little tighter. Yo, that's some funny shit. But he don't move on stage. He grabs his stick and stand there and shit. So,
but I keep it 100 with you, man. I never got to see Rakim back in the day in concert. The first time I seen Rakim rock in concert was in the new millennium, like well into the new millennium, man.
Right.
Pardon me. You know what I'm saying? But one of the homies told me that did go to the Fresh Fests and all of that was popping back in the day was one of the mistakes about Roz that he didn't move like that. Like, he really showed and proved how smooth he was in concert, because he didn't have to do all of that to get the same reaction that somebody was getting that was doing that.
at the show the other day, but now it's to the point where his joints come on, and the energy, that's all he needs, because you got classics like that. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
But you see, like he was just standing there. He just came off though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh,
He
come
killed
on.
it. Killed it. Yeah. Low
So
key.
you said definitely Chris.
Yeah, I mean,
You gave it to
it
Chris?
depends. Yeah, I believe Chris won. And here's why I say Chris won. Because if we're going off of the past criteria of what we've seen in verses, right? It's always been about the big records. So let's look at the last verses with the Locks and Dipset. Everybody was thinking like the Dips was going to really absolutely smoke them because of all the radio hits, right? But not considering all the plethora of hits that the Locks got outside of radio stuff that the streets love. You know what I'm saying? So for me, when I seen Chris, like when he did Criminal Minded and he got to the girls look so good and stopping the whole crowd, but their braids is not red. That's a mud hole. That's a stomper right there. Like how you,
So that's the crowd thing. But
yeah.
but did you notice that he was relying on that? He wasn't saying half of the shit. He wasn't saying. I'm telling you, go back and watch. He didn't say half the verses, kid. Like he was just like.
He used the crowd as his hype man.
Kid Capri coming on all the time. Kid Capri rapped as much as fucking KRS did. I swear to God. So
I agree. I agree. But,
you know what I mean? Like we got to consider that because Kane was.
But let's look at Chris though. I mean, he's in not only battle mode, but this is a concert in so many words. Like they're in the Barclays, is packed to the max, and he's in. From what I seen, it looks like concert mode. Like that's what normally is done at a concert. Kane, again, one of my favorites in my top 7. Yo, super influence on the pen from a kid. You know.
All right.
To see him in the 50s jumping up and down doing Set It Off was incredible.
Right.
And catching on the beat even when he caught a breath and come back and beautiful. Excellent. But as far as hit records, when the Bridge Is Over came on, brother.
I say that about a bunch of Kane records too. You're right though. You're right because I was.
Let's be clear.
Lineup?
But let's be clear.
Like, who picked Kane's lineup? Do you really think those records were records to use to compete? Like, enough respect to. Who was picking for?
Kane knew he couldn't go just record for record with Chris because he was going to run out.
Yeah,
so
he was
kind of stretching them out. He saved joints so he could have joints towards the end. So, you know.
I think the majority of
but you do acknowledge that Kane is a far superior fucking performer on stage than Chris, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I won't say far, but as far as I won't say far. You know why? Because it's 2 different levels. It's 2 different levels.
No,
like
as far as joints is concerned, Kane said it himself. You had an album when I had a single. You know what I'm saying? Like in that regard, you are the predecessor.
But his first album, Long Live the King. You know how many bangers was on there that he should have flew off the back to back that would have went toe to toe with Chris?
Yeah.
He ain't even played. I forgot the name of the last joint that he got. Grab a hold of yourself, open your eyes. He didn't spit that. He didn't do that. He got conscious joint too. He didn't do I'll Take You There.
Nah.
Right. And then on the freestyle, that freestyle that Chris spit was. Ooh.
The last joint,
that's why I say he heated
that
up
long one that he was just talking to niggas. Like I was like, wow, like I love that shit, kid. Like,
but that break beat that Scratch played and Kane spit that verse that he got with Joel Ortiz and a few others. That was incredible. Like the breath control, and he sounded great. But I mean,
I tell you
me,
what, man. I think Busta should go up against Jay-Z, man. Or put it this way: put Busta up against Method. Put Busta up against Method Man.
Can't be nobody Jay-Z and Nas.
Busta and Meth, man. Who did Meth go against? Did Meth do it versus?
No.
It was the producer versus where it was Premier versus RZA.
RZA.
But I think maybe Meth and Buster could go head to head.
I think Bus got more.
And Bus is too early in the game. Bus is like at tail end of you know the you know Tribe Called Quest and all that shit. That was a whole separate. I don't know, like same thing with LL. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
they kind of hit like different, slightly different.
I think Buster gets punished because he's been around so long and he's been relevant so long, man.
And nobody really want to fuck with him, kid.
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out who, man.
They're saying that a good versus would be actually Buster versus Missy.
nah.
Missy,
Nobody want to hear that. No disrespect to Missy. But
listen, I kind of fell into that because I'm looking at the visuals.
No.
I'm looking at the visuals because video-wise, yeah, they can compete with each other video-wise.
Yo, he how, Sway? He how. I'm not with that. I'm not gonna watch. You gotta put Missy up against Bubba Sparks, man.
Oh wow.
I'm being disrespectful. I'm playing. I'm playing, y'all. I love you.
I would like to see MOP versus either Onyx or Mobb Deep. I know Prodigy is, gone, rest in peace or whatever, but they can use, Noid. They can use Rapper Noid to play that part. But I would think MOP versus either Onyx or Mobb Deep would be crazy.
True indeed. I would say Mobb Deep. I would say Onyx, MOP and Onyx. I would like to see Mobb Deep go against the Locks, though. To be honest with you, if P was here, man, that would have been a good one, man.
Yeah, plus the Locks already went, so now we got to choose from who's left and shit.
Mm-hmm. Well,
we gonna put the group home against Pete Rock and CL Smooth. Yo, why you laughing, God? Yo, you live in fam, son. Yo, Lil Dap.
The group home had a lot of bangers.
Yo, group home was dope, son. Born in the battle. It's hard to survive.
But
you
do they
put
got
them
20?
up against Pete Rock and CL Smooth, man.
That'll be like they should open up for somebody else. Like it should be them and Buster.
Yo, that nigga's in style, son. How quickly we forget,
you know what I mean?
All right, so we put Naughty by Nature against.
Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth.
That could work.
Party groups, you know what I'm saying?
Naughty would kill it, though. They got a couple more anthems. You know what I'm saying?
See, my man Van Boom said Buster versus Missy.
Nah, man.
Missy got to go against like Eve or something. That's not some misogynist shit. It's just,
Yo.
Y'all talking about.
I would like to see Light versus Latifah.
Light versus Latifah?
I like to see that.
Yeah.
I guess.
Light got hits.
Yeah.
That first album and the second album too. Cha Cha Cha, Georgie Porgy.
Yeah.
I can see. Wait a minute. I can see Latifah versus Missy.
Tommy got to go against two puppies. So they want to see Tommy. Tommy got to go against two puppies, yo. Nah, I'm just playing, man.
I think what would have been dope if he was still here too would have been Guru. Gangsta.
Maybe Guru and Common. The monotone. Battle of the monotone rappers. Yo, I'm just saying, they monotone, man. That's like Big Sean. That kid is nice. The kid from Detroit, but he's just monotone. He has a monotone style. So you know what I mean?
Well, they still talking about Wu. They saying like who would be a good matchup for the Wu?
For the Wu?
That's heavy.
100 niggas. You need like 4 groups against Wu. You gotta get like Mobb Deep, MOP.
Wu would have to go against like the whole Death Row. I mean, come on, you got Dog Pound, you got Snoop.
Dog Pound versus Snoop. Dog Pound got a lot of dudes in it, right?
No, Dog Pound was just
it's just 2.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Like that.
Say nobody can see the Wu. Y'all don't think nobody can see the Wu in the verses?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, it's gonna be tough, but yeah, I mean, they might edge. They're gonna edge.
So the Wu couldn't go against the Rock? State property?
they can't see. I wouldn't think they would be able to see them. Because remember,
I think that versus should have been State Property versus Dipset.
well, I mean, they set it up. They're going on tour together. All of them, State Property, Dipset, Locks. They all going on tour with the Wu, right? Remember, they go. That's back what 91, 92. Yeah. So State Property is 2000. You know, with me and them, whatever. Yeah. So it's like a generational gap, and still, even with that, they got too much. Them dudes got too much stuff, man. It's crazy.
The Wu was in a lane of their own, man, for sure, man. You can't.
That's why they had to battle each other, Ray and Ghost.
Yeah, that was ill. That was ill. You know your crew is nice when you can only go against each other, man.
Yeah, that's a statement, bro.
I mean, it has one half of the Wu versus the other half.
Yeah, that's a scrimmage. Yeah. They have to go with shirts against
plus, they ain't got to split the money with nobody. I know they don't like that.
Yeah,
they have control over it.
If that's the case, then you need to do a versus with Method Man versus Redneck.
That'd be good.
Most of their joints is together.
But that would be a dope versus, though. Who's gonna pick which joints, though? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they go back to their first albums until they got together.
Even on the same record, because you know I was talking about that earlier. Like, whose verse was hotter on the same record? You know what I mean? Like, yo, you got me. I got you on that one. You got me on this one. So
true.
They can split them like that too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're coming up with fucking gems right here, kid. This is
good. I think Swizz gonna have to send us a check, man. Let's hold on to some of this so we get an inside number. You know what I'm saying? So we can promote some of this, man.
They did what?
Yeah. I got Grandmaster Caz versus Melly Mel. What's good?
Well, Mel got a lot of records, man.
So who you got versus? Maybe it need to be Melly Mel versus LL. What we talking?
I
don't. That's a reach.
Yeah. They already had that.
Who could get with Melly Mel?
Shit, I'm supposed to be answering this one.
That's
who? I don't know.
And if we did a West Coast versus, who could get at Ice Cube?
Ice-T.
Ice Cube kill Ice-T, man.
Yeah.
Ice-T got a lot of bangers, bro.
Hot tea after that, man. Ice Cube.
Ice-T got a lot of bangers, man.
He got some bangers, but he not messing with that death certificate. And that America's Most Wanted. Cube, and then you talk about the NWA catalog. He wrote most of that. You know what I'm saying? Even Easy joints.
It's true.
She says Snoop. If Snoop was still in it, but he already did one, then I would say Snoop against LL.
Snoop against LL?
Think so?
The energy wouldn't be the same, man, because LL ain't gonna be gangster.
I mean, yeah.
What about LL and Slick Rick?
Huh?
LL versus Slick Rick.
Rick don't got enough. Rick don't got enough.
It has to be a match, man. Like, you can't put fucking Pacquiao versus Tyson.
Rick don't. Not that he.
Roy Jones versus Tyson.
Not that I don't think it's not that he couldn't do it, but he don't. Remember after that first album, that situation happened and he was gone. So there's really no catalog like that. L's catalog is retarded.
I don't think LL and Cube will be a good match because LL gonna say he need love and Cube gonna be saying F that beat. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't so that's oil and water right there.
You're like,
who would G-Rap be? Who would they pair up against G-Rap?
G-Rap, Nas.
Oh, I don't know. Nas is on some he's on some legendary. I mean, G is a fucking
for rhyme, though. It might not be performance. It might be rhyme for rhyme.
As LL in that kind of category. You know what I mean? Like G-Rap didn't have. I mean, I love G-Rap because that motherfucker was like, I'm doing what the fuck I do. That's it. I don't give a fuck about the radio. I don't give a fuck about the label. I'm gonna do what I do. The nigga had a joint about a love joint called "I Air You Out."
that was G-Rap love song.
Like, bitch, you play me, I'm gonna air you out. Like, that's what the fuck.
You know, G-Rap was the one who introduced Superhead to the game, man.
yeah.
That's his baby mother.
Yeah.
Gangster.
Yeah. I would pair G-Rap against Scarface. I think that'd be a good one.
Scarface got too many hits, though.
Pun was
man.
alive, it would have been Pun versus G-Rap, kid.
Now, matter of fact, when you say Scarface, I would put Scarface against Ice Cube.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because G, I don't know, G got the kind of style where I think you need to put another motherfucker like that with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I said early Nas. That early Nasty Nas with G-Rap, that rapid fire flow type shit.
I got it. AZ versus G-Rap. No,
No, AZ too smooth.
AZ got the same type of style. You listen to
He just a little bit slower with it.
Yeah, he a little smoother with it.
Yeah.
Got two pistols in the alley. You know, G-Rap was nice, son.
Little Fame versus G-Rap. Battle of the Lisps.
Oh, you
G-Rap and Lil Fame, right?
Yo, you better get a spit guard, B.
Fame is crazy, man. Fame is crazy.
Yo, don't send them niggas at me, dude. Yo.
Fame is crazy. He got work.
Nobody want front row seats for that one, son.
Y'all crazy, man.
Yo, I'm sorry. Dude.
I've been staying out of that shit. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yo, we gonna put Tretch against the Fushnickens. We gonna put the Fushnickens against Naughty by Nature. Or you gotta do the Fushnickens versus Daz Effects.
Yeah, niggas that talk funny.
Yeah, or Bone Thugs or somebody versus somebody like that. With the
I don't think even with Bone Thugs, even though I've grown to appreciate it now in time.
Yeah.
Because back then, you don't like what you don't understand till you get to really like listen and appreciate.
Yeah.
I think they're another group that's on a different level, man. It's hard. You can't find nobody to mess with them, man.
Bone Thugs.
Them guys are dope.
So you was one of them dudes back in the day. As soon as you hear "It's the Thuggish Rocket," you just turn the station like.
Yeah. I mean, listen. Come on, man.
But
come on, look at this shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all it's ever been about is New York rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You had to get an appreciation for other areas. I think why we gravitated to NWA is because they had an East Coast sound when they came with Straight Outta Compton. That whole album was an East Coast sound.
No doubt.
And Dre said that. He said that he did that purposely. You know what I'm saying? Even Scarface there's interviews with Scarface where he said, if you don't rap like you from New York, you should not be rapping.
Yeah.
He said that out of his own mouth. He said, if you don't rap like you from New York, you should not be rapping.
Oh yeah, they get at you right now though, man. That's you almost offending the. That's like offending.
I love the piece. I love the piece that it is right now in hip hop, but I loved it more when it was quote unquote segregated. New York had its sound.
Yeah.
The West had their sound. The South had their sound. Now everybody sounds the goddamn same, man. So it's like,
I think 50 started that shit when he started with having that little like down south twang and shit when he was rhyming in some of his joints and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, but it was already there. It wasn't. I don't think it was him. It was already there. That was something that was already.
I think Cam did that first when he did "What Means the World to You."
You talking about rapping to a different speed beat or sound?
But if you remember that song, "What Means the World to You," that beat was like a down south type of beat at that time.
But it was lyrical. I'm talking about like what they do. Like again, no shots at the South or nothing like that. But they, like for instance, on the West, we know about dudes like Be Legit, Spice One.
Oh, them the homies.
You know what I'm saying? E40. They have a distinct. They got their sound. You can't but respect it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I'm not a fan of when somebody tries to jump on, the bandwagon of what is going on right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stick to your guns, like you were saying, like with like a G-Rap, like he ain't switch up when he stayed to him like that. I respect that. Like MOP, they stick to their guns. They don't switch to go with what's happening. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna tell you, that was an ill time in New York too, in those mid to late 90s. Because I remember other independent dudes that I was moving around with on Long Island. You would listen to their demo, and they would straight out say, "And this is my down south record," and then they would have a record that sound like they was from down south. Just like back in the 80s, all the rappers had a reggae record. Everybody
Yeah.
had a reggae record. Who had
To me,
Run DMC had a reggae record.
you're like, it's not a problem unless you really don't fuck with that kind of shit, and now you do because you want to get a check. Then to me, that's the problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if it's something that falls within your style or something that I really want to fuck with that type of style because I'm as an artist, I feel I could bring something to it. You know what I mean? That's one thing. But if you just want to imitate a motherfucker and do his style or they style,
I'll tell you who did that perfectly. Big did that perfectly when he did that joint with Bone Thugs.
Yeah,
Big hit him with that Armed and Dangerous. Ain't too many can bang with us. Straight up.
Yeah, it was to show that he can do it. And I respect that.
And just like Kenny did in the verses when he did it, when he rhymed to the trap beat.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
to show that it can be done. I respect that.
Yeah, it's like I was surprised to hear that. You know what I mean? It's like, but it's like for him to be like, fuck it, I can't do it right now. I'll take it home and figure this shit out. That's
right.
What doing was figuring it out. You know what I mean?
No.
Back and killed it. So that shit is crazy.
Somebody, my man Will said 50 versus LL. That might could work.
Kind of forgot about 50.
50 aggressive.
He got a lot of hits, and he got female joints too.
Yeah,
he got a lot of hits in the short time.
Some of 50 hottest joints is when he remade L joints when he first was coming out. Remember, you're after my cheddar when he did the the mixtape.
Oh, the mixtape stuff. The mixtape stuff. Yeah. So but I'm talking about his own record. His own from the first album all the way until whenever he stopped, he got enough to battle.
That could be a matchup though. They said LL, they got LL on that one. Joe Black said he got LL on that one.
Yes, Joe Black.
So
yeah, I mean,
yo, come on, we can't sleep on LL. LL said no rapper can rhyme straight. Yo, expose you with light. What up, Kimmy? That's Kid Capri's sister. Yeah, we was talking about your brother a little earlier, but we ain't say nothing bad. I swear to God. He nice. He's a legend. But rap when LL said that I'm bad joint, he said I crush you like a jelly bean. Come on, yo.
LL is one of the dudes that see it's funny because if you didn't live through that, like you could do it, and there's only one perspective you could have about that music. And it's kind of like whatever everybody else says about it, because you weren't there when the shit was everywhere. Like right now, Drake. You know what I mean? So you know what it feels like.
Big Snow, what up?
Killing shit. So when LL was fucking blowing shit up, it was like niggas fucking heads was like even as not even like as a screaming fan, just as a writer, as a rapper, as like watching what's being done in hip hop and what niggas is talking about. What are we writing about?
Yeah.
Like LL, like he changed hip hop. So somebody who did something like that has to be in the verses with him. You know what I'm saying? And 50 kind of did that. You know what I'm saying? Like 50 changed the fucking game, was taking other people's songs, making them his, talking about Ja Rule singing while singing. You know? Like, singing ass nigga. Like, so he kind of made that kind of an impact on hip hop. I think somebody that important should go against LL. You know
but big shout to LL because like Joe Black said, man, I definitely was rocking them Kangos. During that time, they moved us to Alabama. And the first thing them Alabama girls would say is, you sound like LL Cool J. I used to be like, for real? When I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall. Like, word the mother said I was coming off, yo. Big shout to LL, man.
Who would you see against EPMD?
Ooh. EPMD? That's almost easy, though. Who I got for EPMD back in the day? Who?
Naughty.
Nah.
Oh,
See, this is a duo. Like they both spit.
Right. EPMD would have had to go up against Jazzo and Jay-Z.
Nah.
Yeah. I mean, that was comparable back in the day with Hawaiian Sophie and all that. But EPMD changed the game when they brought that funk in.
Fucking with Jazz.
You said James. They back together, yo.
Really?
Yo, they squashed all that, man. I think they cool now.
Mm-hmm.
Jazz got a couple of million in his pocket?
I don't know, but he got
like, but I think Jay
he
gave
worked
him a
the situation
situation.
out with him. He got a situation with him.
Yeah, I think he gave him a situation though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if my man, me and my man got $1 billion and I got nothing, we ain't really together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
No, it's cool, but it ain't together.
Maybe EPMD and Mobb Deep. That's a little difference in style, but I don't know. EPMD was in a world of their own too, man.
Yeah, EPMD influenced all these guys, man.
EPMD and De La Soul.
Nah.
De La Soul got
I would put De La Soul against Tribe Called Quest.
That's a good fucking matchup right there.
Indeed.
Cut the check.
That's a good matchup right there.
That's a matchup.
De La versus Tribe would be incredible.
Yeah, because they got about the same amount of records.
And big shout to Nas, man. He got EPMD on his new joint right now. They about to get a Grammy.
Yeah.
Word. That was love right there. The joint is called EPMD. On that joint.
They influenced the whole culture at that time, man. You can't the fisherman hats, the bucket hats. I mean, come on.
Yeah, you know, me being from Strong Island, man, that was know, from New York, Straight Talk, America's Best, Cold Wild, Strong Island is where I rap. We was like,
yeah,
with the Brentwood guys, man. Big shout.
My favorite group of all time, man. Them guys is incredible.
Yo, that could be a three-way battle. G-Rap, Lil Fame, and Eric Sermon.
Oh, the real list.
Three of them that got something with the list thing.
With the list?
Three of them.
Yeah, man.
Like a battle royale.
Did you say Lil Dap?
Wait, Lil Dap too?
Lil Dap had the list too, man.
All right, so I have to team two of them motherfuckers up with the other
rappers, man. Well, word is born, man. Who we got Keith Murray going up against? Come on, Murray had some joints, man.
God damn. Not everybody, you know, needs to have a versus.
Yeah, I don't see everybody worthy of a verse.
Some people just need a verse. They don't need a verse, they just get a verse.
Shit. Otherwise, we could do verses against other niggas that other people don't know. Shit, you know what I mean? Like, nobody gonna watch that shit.
You gotta have more. I think you gotta have at least more than 50 songs in the cut for you to be qualified for a versus, man.
Yeah, man. We got
50 song minimum.
Keith Murray versus Common. I don't know, Joe Black. I don't think that's all in water right there.
Nah.
but yo, the verses, the rules used to be you have to keep it down to 20 records. So that means we had motherfuckers who had 30 hot songs, and we're gonna keep it down to 20. So
right.
We can't get a motherfucker that got 4 hot songs. Yeah. It's gonna be the fastest verses ever. It's gonna be one round.
It's gonna be one.
Right.
That's
what I'm saying. They gotta be something like somebody got. It gotta be set like they gotta have at least 50 to 70 songs in their catalog, and then they could pick 20 of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Of the bet.
My man said Planet Asia. I put Planet Asia up against Razkaz.
That could be a good one.
Yeah. No doubt. Yo, but not for nothing, man. If we gonna do Onyx, man, I would definitely put them up against somebody like the Lost Boys or you know what I'm saying? Somebody who was at that time that was mashing out like that, man.
Yeah, MOP.
And let's not sleep on the Souls and Mischief and some of them West Coast groups that was getting busy, the Alcoholics. You know what I mean?
Yo, what about Luda?
Luda should go against Buster. I would put Luda up against Buster.
That might be a good one.
Indeed.
Yeah, that could work.
Luda
I don't think he didn't do nothing yet, right, Luda?
I slept on Luda.
Yeah,
Luda ain't doing nothing yet.
Joints, kid.
Indeed. Onyx versus Lords of the Underground. I think they was trying to put Lords of the Underground against somebody because only difference with that is Onyx is really aggressive. There's a lot of gun talk and Lords wasn't really on there. Big shout to DJ Lord Jazz, man.
Yeah.
Big shout to my brother.
Yeah, Luda did go. Luda went against Nelly. Yeah.
Somebody don't like Eminem. So Luda went against Nelly? Come on, man.
Eminem would be hard.
Luda did a versus with Nelly already?
Yeah.
Oh, they gotta bring some of them back. We missed all that, you know. Like,
yo, Nas and Eminem. What do you think?
Nah.
Nas and Kid.
Now I've got to go against
Somebody
Jay.
got to do it.
Nobody
Let it
want
be
to see
Nas.
Nas against nobody but Jay, man.
Huh?
That's never gonna happen.
I mean, that's the only way it would be right,
Wait,
man.
sure?
And
Why
they got
not?
to do this
That's
right.
never gonna happen.
And I want to hit
Unless
Ether
the
and Super
powers
Ugly.
that be, unless the powers that be put an order and say, listen, y'all got to do this thing because it's gonna bring in a certain amount of revenue. Then I think they'll do it.
But Jay and Nas would probably come up with that shit. They the powers that beat shit. If I was Jay,
They're the powers that be.
I'd be like, nigga, let's do it. Like, just make it happen, but like, make it big, something different, not just like right now. You play the fucking Big Daddy Kane and KRS One, it's not even clear. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it needs to be like on HBO or some shit.
Yeah. But I like how it was done. This was the best one that I liked it.
Oh yeah.
Like Kane was in his corner, and Chris came out did his thing. Then Chris fell back, and then Kane came out did his thing. I like that. That was dope.
Yeah,
it was way more.
They ripped and pieced the president.
She get busy though, man. I would see Roxanne.
Yeah,
I
but
want to
she
see
was
Roxanne
sharp.
go against MC Light.
Like,
I think that's a better battle.
Huh?
Roxanne against MC Light.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be too many hits because I don't think Roxanne has as many hits.
Yeah, that's why I say Latifah. That's the only thing I can see.
Yeah, yeah.
They have to be like almost like mini battles. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna have a little skirmish. It's not really a versus. They got like
He said an argument.
It's like an argument. We'll have 4 arguments, and then we're gonna have Jay in them. But for now, it's
He said,
Light versus Eve, and then later on, Jay-Z and Nas.
Yo, did y'all?
It's like it's like Salt and Pepper. Who could mess with Salt and Pepper?
Salt and Pepper, City Girls.
Woo!
Come on, man.
Yo, did y'all catch that new show?
Yo, who the fuck is the City Girls?
City Girls, the ones Hot Girl Summer. What, ain't that them?
I don't know.
Somebody tell us who the City Girls is. They say period. It's the girl JT. It's another little girl like from Miami. Real vulgar.
Yo, if somebody says who, they can't be in it. We gotta know your ass.
Word. Nah, but they got a new show out, man. It's pretty dope, man, with Brandy and the chick from Power. And Eve is in the joint. And they these rappers that was popping 20 years ago and they back now. That's
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I want to check it out.
It was pretty good, man. I thought it was kind of funny, man. It's good to see hip hop has reached that point in our, we old heads now, basically, and they can make shows about, 20 years ago and you was still around 20 years before that. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, like the Wu Saga. The Wu Saga pretty good. It's pretty dope.
It's just everybody got a problem with the dude playing RZA. They say he sound like a robot.
He's he's trying to sound like the RZA.
But
RZA does kind of talk like that, but he's like over exaggerating it.
RZA got
like
a different flair. RZA be like, yo, Raekwon, the chef, we gotta do this. You know what I'm saying? That guy's like, hey,
right.
Why don't we get in the booth? Let me hear what you sound like.
That's pretty good.
That's him, right? Hey,
yeah, it's better than how I do it.
Hey, yo, but
hold up.
There's a lot of shit that is not really the way it was. Like they switched shit around. He said Ghost and Ray wasn't really shooting at each other and all that shit.
Yeah, they was beefing, though. I heard they was beefing, but I don't know if it got to that point.